Hi, welcome down to the Forest of Arden. My name is Chris Ryan and we're in front of the 17th green. We're talking about something you can do in your setup which is going to help you play these shots a lot better. So let's talk first of all about the shot that I'm faced with. I've got a pretty tight lie, which for many of you will make the shot more difficult, but for many of the better players, that's exactly what they like to see because they can impart a lot more spin and more control. I've probably got about 10 yards to the green and I've got probably about 30 yards in total. So we're really going to talk about how the golf club interacts with the ground, what we can do in our setup to encourage that, and then what we can do in our technique to give you the greatest margin for error. So using the bounce, such a topical conversation at the moment about what we can do to engage the bounce of the golf club. Effectively, the bounce of the golf club is the sole. So that's going to be where the loft is written or where the golf club's name is written. So that's going to be an S or an A approach wedge maybe. If we can get the sole of the golf club to interact with the ground, we generally get a nice interaction with the ground. It gives us a greater margin for error. The key thing here when playing these shots and these tight lies is to make contact with the ground but take no divot, and that's a great way to think about how to execute these shots. So as I make a few practice swings, you can see how there's contact with the ground but there's no divot. If we can do that, we're going to get some real nice contacts, we're going to get some good spin, and we're going to get some good control. So how do we do that? Well, here's what I want you to think about in your setup. We're going to go through a cross-handed starting position. We're not going to get you to execute the shot that way, but we're going to take the setup that way. So many of you will see cross-handed more for putting, but we're going to take it for this shot. So if I take my hold on the golf club, you can see there I'm cross-handed, lead hand is lower than my trail hand, and I'm going to take my starting position. Now what that's done for me is it's got my shoulders a lot closer to level. Very often when I see golfers set up for these shots, they have the handle forwards and the trail shoulder is much lower than the lead shoulder. So we get a very much out of sync starting position. This can cause a lot of ground contacts early. And because the hands are forward, we can often present the leading edge to the ground. So by taking your setup with your left hand low, you're probably going to naturally have less forward lean, and you're probably going to naturally get your shoulders into a more level condition. As you can see, I've got the ball pretty much under my sternum, and I've got very neutral shaft position with maybe a minimal amount of shaft lean. From here, what I really want you to do is then swap the hands over, but not change the shoulder position. What you'll notice is that my lead arm has actually got a little bit of flex. That's absolutely fine, but that is going to help me create that good starting position, and that's going to give me that good interaction with the ground. So let's go ahead and execute. I think I'm going to have to go a little left, but I'm going to go lead hand low to set up first. That puts my shoulders in this nice level position, gives me a very neutral upper body position. Swap the hands around without changing the shoulder angle, interact with the ground, but no divot. Okay, and I'll be very happy with that. The interaction with the ground was exactly as I wanted it. No divot, left myself probably about 2 or 3 feet left. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. So upper body position, how you set up can really influence how you deliver the golf club, and it can make it more or less difficult to play these shots. We want to make them as easy as we can because very often that tight lie will strike fear into many of you golfers. Get your setup correct, use the bounce of the golf club, try that lead hand low setup, change it over, and I think you're going to find you can play those shots a little bit better and get up and down a little bit more often. Thank you very much for watching. Usual stuff is down below, comments box, like button, and there's also a link to subscribe to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you click that link. It's absolutely free. More videos just like this one coming each and every week. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you again soon.